Hi, good morning. This is Kavita Kundra, and welcome to MSc DFS in Biochemistry. And the chapter we are studying carbohydrate metabolism, and this is part 3. Regulation of citric acid cycle. The citric acid cycle is regulated by enzymes and ADP. Regulatory enzymes are citrate synthase, isocitrate dehydrogenase, and alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase. Citrate synthase activated by ADP and inhibited by ATP, NADH, and succinyl coenzyme. Isocitrate dehydrogenase activated by ADP and inhibited by ATP and NADH. Alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase activated by ADP and inhibited by ATP, GTP and NADH. Regulation by availability of ADP. When ADP level increase due to hydrolysis of ATP in various biosynthetic reactions, the rate of reaction to generate ATP is accelerated by oxidative phosphorylation. There are four reactions in which reducing equivalents are transported to respiratory chain coupled with generation of ATP. Increase in ADP cause oxidation of acetyl coenzyme, and if the level of ADP is low, it inhibits the formation of ATP by oxidative phosphorylation. The rate of oxidative phosphorylation is directly proportional to respiratory control of energy production ADP pi upon ATP. When low ADP level prevails, the oxidation of NADH and FADH2 also cease and get accumulated because the process of oxidation and phosphorylation are highly coupled and occur simultaneously. The accumulation of reduced form of coenzyme inhibit the oxidation of acetyl coenzyme by citric acid cycle due to lack of oxidized coenzyme form. Generation of high energy phosphates. When 1 mole glucose is combusted in calorimeter to carbon dioxide and hydrogen water, 2870 kilojoule of energy is liberated as heat. During oxidation in tissues, some of the energy is not lost as heat but captured as high energy phosphate. 38 molecule of ATP are generated per molecule of glucose is oxidized to carbon dioxide and each high energy bond to be equivalent to 51.6 kilojoule. Total energy in ATP per mole of glucose oxidized is 1961 kilojoule or 68% of energy combustion. Most of the ATP formed as consequences of oxidative phosphorylation resulting from reoxidation of reduced coenzyme by respiratory chain. Anaplerotic reaction. The reactions that replenish the intermediates of citric acid cycle, the special enzymatic mechanism by which the pool of citric acid cycle intermediates can be replenished are called anaplerotic reactions. Anaplerotic reactions can increase the concentration of citric acid intermediate, allowing increased rate of oxidation of 2 carbon units as more and more intermediates are available. More acetyl coenzyme can be processed. The intermediates used for biosynthetic reactions and need to be replaced. Reactions are as follows. Pyruvate carboxylase that form oxaloacetate. Formation of succinyl coenzyme isoleucine, valine, methionine, threonine. Glutamate dehydrogenase that forms a keto, alpha ketoglutarate, etc. Anaplerotic reactions must synthesize citric acid cycle intermediates must occur. The reaction catalyzed by glutamate oxaloacetate transaminase is not anaplerotic reaction because formation of oxaloacetate is counterbalanced by the utilization of alpha ketoglutarate. Gluconeogenesis means new genesis means synthesis of new glucose. The synthesis of carbohydrate from non-carbohydrate source is called gluconeogenesis. Neo means new, genesis means synthesis, glucose is carbohydrate. The major substrate for gluconeogenesis are gluconeogenic amino acid. Those amino acid that gets converted into carbohydrate. Lactate also are the substrate, glycerol, propanoate. Liver and kidney are the major tissues involved in gluconeogenesis due to availability of necessary enzymes. Functions of gluconeogenesis during starvation or during the period of limited carbohydrate intake when liver glycogen is low. Gluconeogenesis is important in maintaining the blood sugar level because we need continuous supply of energy for our nervous system and erythrocytes. There is always basal requirement of glucose required for proper functioning of the body. During extended exercise, when high catecholamine levels are mobilized, carbohydrate lipid reserves, the gluconeogenic pathways allows the use of lactate from glycolysis and of glycerol from fat breakdown. During metabolic acidosis, gluconeogenesis in kidney allows the absorption of more protons. It allows the use of dietary protein in carbohydrate pathway after disposal of amino acid nitrogen as urea. It is important as it is made through the night from meal to meal without taking the source of carbohydrate. Gluconeogenesis substrate. The substrate are glucogenic amino acid, lactate, glycerol. Lactate is transported to liver in lactic acid cycle or gets converted to pyruvate. Hepatic gluconeogenesis then converts lactate to glucose. Glucose is free to circulate in peripheral tissues to re-enter anaerobic glycolysis. This is called functions. Function is to maintain glucose substrate for vital tissue, to prevent excessive acidosis due to excess of lactate. Cori cycle, glucose from pyruvate and lactate dehydrogenase converted into lactate in the muscle cell. Lactate gets released in the blood and liver takes it up. Lactate gets converted into pyruvate by isoenzyme of lactate dehydrogenase using NAD plus as cofactor in the liver. Pyruvate gets converted into glucose by gluconeogenic mechanism in the liver and released into the blood where it is used as energy for muscle and tissues. Pyruvate in muscle gets converted to alanine as well as alanine can function as substrate. Alanine. Pyruvate formed from glycolysis is converted into alanine. Alanine of muscle get released into the blood and taken up by the liver. In liver, alanine is converted to pyruvate by reverse of transamination occurs in muscle. Pyruvate is converted to glucose via gluconeogenic pathway. The NH3 liberated is converted to urea in the liver. Glycerol is formed in adipose tissue by lipolysis of triglycerol when metabolic fuel is less. Glycerol released in blood and taken up by the liver when it is first converted to glycerol 3 phosphate by glycerokinase and ATP. Glycerol 3 phosphate is oxidized to dehydroxyacetone phosphate by glycerol 3 phosphate dehydrogenase in the presence of NAD+. Dehydroxyacetone phosphate is converted to glucose. Amino acids. The glucogenic amino acids are converted to intermediates of citric acid cycle either by transamination and deamination. These intermediates are converted to oxaloacetate and finally convert to glucose with the help of enzyme. Propanoic acid. It is formed as residual unit of beta oxidation of odd carbon fatty acid and conversion of propanoate to succinyl coenzyme involves long processes. Propionate is activated by thiokinase with ATP and coenzyme to form propionyl coenzyme. Propionyl coenzyme undergoes carbon dioxide fixation reaction to form dimethyl malonyl coenzyme catalyzed by propionyl coenzyme carboxylase and biotin is required as coenzyme. D-methyl malonyl coenzyme is converted into L-methyl malonyl coenzyme by methyl malonyl coenzyme racemase. L-methyl malonyl coenzyme is isomerized to succinyl coenzyme by methyl malonyl coenzyme isomerase that requires vitamin B12 as coenzyme. Succinyl coenzyme enters the citric acid cycle and is converted into oxaloacetate and to glucose via gluconeogenic pathway. Gluconeogenic pathway, the metabolic pathway in connection with gluconeogenesis are modification of EM pathway and citric acid cycle. The synthesis of glucose from substrate is essentially a reversal of glycolysis. Krebs pointed out that energy barriers obstruct a simple reversal of glycolysis and must be passed for gluconeogenesis to be complete. The reactions are between pyruvate and phenol, phosphoenol pyruvate, between fructose 1,6 bisphosphate and fructose 6-phosphate, between glucose 6-phosphate and glucose, between glucose 1-phosphate and glycogen. Pyruvate and phosphoenol pyruvate. Pyruvate carboxylation. In this reaction, pyruvate, carbon dioxide and ATP are converted to oxaloacetate, ADP and pi, catalyzed by enzyme pyruvate carboxylase, and cofactors are biotin and Mg+2. This reaction occurs in mitochondrial matrix. Conversion of oxaloacetate to phosphoenol pyruvate. Oxaloacetate and guanine triphosphate are converted to PEP, carbon dioxide and guanine diphosphate. Guanosine triphosphate. This reaction is catalyzed by phosphoenol pyruvate carboxylase that requires Mn+2 for activation. This enzyme is equally distributed between mitochondria and cytoplasm. With the help of two enzymes, and LDH and lactate can also be converted to PEP. Oxaloacetate to malate. Because oxaloacetate cannot permeate mitochondrial membrane well, it must be transported across the membrane in the form of malate catalyzed by malate dehydrogenase. In cytosolic malate dehydrogenase catalyze the reverse that regenerate the oxaloacetate so it can be converted to PEP reaction. Malate serves to transfer reducing equivalence from the mitochondria to cytosol. NADH formed is used in gluconeogenesis. Fructose 1,6 bisphosphate and fructose 6-phosphate. Fructose 1,6 bisphosphate convert fructose 1,6 bisphosphate to fructose 6-phosphate. This enzyme is present in liver, kidney and striated muscle but not in adipose tissue. Heart muscle and smooth muscle. Fructose 1,6 bisphosphate is allosteric enzyme activated by citrate, inhibited by AMP, fructose 1,6 bisphosphate. Glucose 6-phosphate to glucose. Glucose 6-phosphate convert glucose 6-phosphate to glucose, which is present in kidney, liver, intestine and absent in muscle and adipose tissue. Glucose 1-phosphate to glycogen. UDPG and glycogen synthase convert glucose 1-phosphate to glycogen. The conversion of 2 moles of pyruvate and 1 mole of glucose uses 4 mole of ATP, 2 mole of GTP, the total of 6 moles of high energy. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this session, and if there is any questions or queries, you can always put in comment section your questions. We will be surely giving you answers, and we will be again coming up with new section, the next part of carbohydrate metabolism. And the cycles are very, very important, and please go through the cycles again and again so that you know what exactly it is. And it is very easy otherwise, if it is not very difficult, but yes, you have to retain your knowledge, because cycles are always confusing, but if you practice again and again, you will not be confused anymore. So all the best for your exams. I hope you will do it, and stay safe, stay protected. Bye bye, take care.